All right. Hello, everybody. We're getting a late start. We had a big attendance. So thank you all for being patient while we were waiting. My name is Deanna Fox. I'm the president of DCPTA. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your memberships. So I'm going to go ahead and gavel in at 7:02 p.m. So hopefully you all have your agendas with you. We will go through the voting process just so you understand how to work that ballot. And hopefully it'll be very quick to vote. But our first order of business is a presentation of New York State PTA and our regional initiatives with Kyle, our executive director, and Jen, our regional director. So I'm going to invite them to come on up and they'll tell you a little bit about what they're doing.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Oh, there's the lights. That's even better. I am Kyle Bellikapitsky. I'm going to move this microphone so I can see you all. I'm the executive director of the New York State PTA. My first order of business is to thank you all for being here. This is amazing. My PTA unit is similar to yours traditionally. My school district has 341 students total in our school building in rural Rensselaer County, kind of like Duanesburg. So when I saw that you had 651 students, I was like, wow, you're bigger than us. It was exciting. And I walked into this beautiful building and I was just amazed at your wonderful facility. So thank you for having me here. The first thing I want to do is I want to ask every teacher and school-related professional and transportation official and educator to please stand up. And if you're already standing, wave your hands. This is a participatory night. Yes, exactly. So exactly, because that's why we're here. Thank you for what you do for our children. The last 2 years in education, I've been doing this 24 years. I know I must have started when I was 5 years old. The last 2 years in education have been unlike anything I think we have ever encountered in public education. We have dealt with a global pandemic. We have all suffered trauma and loss. Our children have gone through school in the last 2 years in a unique and in somewhat disappointing way. And one thing remained through this time: our amazing educators, our amazing teachers, our amazing school-related professionals, our amazing lunch aides, our amazing classroom aides, our teacher assistants, our superintendents, our principals. You are heroes. Please, let's give them the biggest round of applause because they deserve everything that they get. So I'm Kyle Bellikapitsky. I'm the State Parent Teacher Executive Director on behalf of Dana Playton, our state president, and on behalf of the parents and families of our 2.6 million school children. It is my absolute privilege and honor to be with you tonight. I often love to come to speak to our members because I think there's nothing more important than PTA, and we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. See, I truly believe that PTA can make a difference in each and every child's life. See, I was that child in that community, and I see children in communities each and every day, and we're going to talk about that. I always like to start talking about the PTA mission. What is the PTA mission? It's very simple. It's to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for children. So we're going to start with a little bit on New York State PTA. It is our 125th year this year. We are the oldest and largest child advocacy association in the country and in the state of New York. PTA was actually founded in New York, in Syracuse, 125 years ago. Just today, on the floor of the New York State Senate, the Senate Democrats and the Assembly Republicans, because we are nonpartisan as an association, each honored us with a huge resolution about the advocacy work that New York State PTA has done. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. But most importantly, and the most important thing is you and the children that are sitting here in this room. See, I'm a mom too. I have a 28-year-old stepson who's been mine in my heart since he was 6. And I have a 12-year-old of my own. Who else has 12-year-olds out there? Raise your hand. So fun, right? So fun. And each and every day, we come to PTA meetings, and we volunteer at Little League, and we volunteer at our Kiwanis Club or at Girl and Boy Scouts, and we do it for our children. And that's why we're here tonight, because we do these things for our children. That's what we're going to talk about. So I'm very, very proud of the PTA mission. We're going to talk a little bit about our values tonight and our beliefs. And I want to talk a little bit about advocacy. So you know what we do. So we are a child advocacy association. What does that mean? That means we advocate for your children. Some people ask, why, Kyle? Why do you get involved in PTA? As I said, I've had the privilege, as I'm an attorney by trade, I've had the privilege and honor of representing some fantastic people. I represented the Vatican for 7 years. I got to meet the Pope. Kind of cool being an Irish Catholic girl. I represented our great state teachers association for a number of years. Go Teachers, Solidarity Forever. I represented our school superintendents association. And for the past now 7 years, I found my home with PTA because I truly believe, again, that you and we can make a difference in the life of every child. So advocacy, what do we do as an advocacy association? So we have 250,000 members. So you are a small, not tonight, a small part of a wonderfully large association that works on statewide and national advocacy issues. So here's just a sampling of the things that we worked on in the past year. So for example, we worked on the ban on polystyrene foam. Again, an environmental issue. We worked on lowering the PFAS. I know PFAS is an issue out here. It is in my community. Forever chemicals, to make wells testing free for forever chemicals. We worked on initiatives that lower the limits in lead in water in our school buildings, which we all, of course, support. We work on assessment issues. We worked on banning standardized assessments for pre-K through second grade students. Huge win on that. Of course, we don't want to overassess our youngest learners. We worked on things like meaningful pathways to graduation and diploma options for our students. We've advocated and won the local superintendent's determination for diploma for those students that might not be able to pass Regents exams. We continue to work on different pathways for our students with disabilities. And we continue to support a parent's right in an informed choice on whether or not their child are going to take those standardized tests. I don't know if you all don't know this, but I can no longer do my child's math. How many of you with me? Right? So we work on trying to educate parents and families on how they can support their child through family engagement efforts each and every day. Advocacy is the heart of our mission. We are a membership association, but advocacy is our number one priority. And we also have some really fantastic programs I want to make sure you're aware. And for whomever is elected tonight, I'm really excited to have Jen Colazzo, who's our region director here. She's going to talk too about some of our programs we really want to bring to our schools. So I want to go over some of those programs that you are aware. Give me a second. I'm going to bring them right up. Okay, so we have a huge, extensive awards, recognitions, and scholarship program. So again, raise your hand, educators. So we have, yes, I see you back there, yay. We have a fantastic teacher innovative grant program where we fund classroom projects for PTA schools and teachers. So again, for your new unit officers, keep this on the radar. We just did a huge grant award to classroom projects around the school. We have, give me a second, an Advocate in Action Award for your local members and your educators who are really doing good work in your school and community. We have Community Service Awards for your students that are available. We have Distinguished Service Awards that are available to your community members or this nice officer. And I want to give him a shout out. Thank you so much for being here, officer, tonight. I know there's a lot of us here, so thank you so much to all of our law enforcement officers and our veterans. He's a daughter of a proud Green Beret and police chief. We have the Jamie Beth Knapp Example Family Engagement Award, where we really try to talk about the meaningful family engagement and school partnership between PTA and family and educator and teacher and classroom. We'll talk about family engagement a little bit more. We have a Gazzola Teacher Fellowship. So for our teachers out there who are looking to continue their education, we have fellowships that you can apply for. I'll be honest, we have very few applications for some of these programs. So please apply. We have leadership awards and Jenkins Memorial Scholarships and scholarships for students who are going into the education profession. Again, we had some regions that had no applications this year. So again, please apply. Jen, raise your hand, Jen. Jen's gonna come talk too, but Jen is our fantastic region director. She's gonna work with your unit to make sure that you're really, Jen, I'm not done yet. I still got like 10 minutes, but come on up anyways. She's gonna work with your unit to make sure you're really all aware of all of these fantastic awards and opportunities for your students and educators we have here. We have a literacy part of, do you guys do part peer pick a reading partner? Yes, yeah, I'm seeing Shed. So we have a great literacy program. So we want to expand on that literacy program. It's just fantastic. We have then a whole new section of health and wellness programs, which are really exciting. So we have a new traffic safety program called Every Child Their Safety. I don't know if you guys know, 50,000 people pass the stop school bus each day in New York State. So we work with the governor's office on traffic safety. We can come and do traffic safety for all your students. We have a health and wellness program called Every Child Healthy, where we actually can have and help your family enroll in WIC and SNAP and contact them with local food banks. We have a translation program, so we can translate into 163 languages. I know you don't have many English language learners here in Duanesburg, but keep that on your mind. If you are a community organization, we can translate for you too. So I could talk about programs a whole lot, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. So I could talk about family engagement a lot, and that's, I think, really, really critical and important. And it's so great to see you here, because I, in my head, see 350 possible volunteers for your PTA in your school building. And that's really, really exciting. Other things that we should do together, and I know where's our great officers now, they do such a fantastic work here at this unit. I know our new officers will do a great job at this unit. Family engagement is a critical, important, most important thing you can do as a community here. What is family engagement? I always laugh and say family engagement is like a marriage. It's not speed dating, right? We're stuck together, just like glue, right? We're not going anywhere. School and community together, supporting each of our children. See, when parents and family are engaged, and obviously you are engaged by being here tonight, so thank you for being here. When parents and families are engaged in our learning, in our child's curriculum, in our child's instruction, in the PTA, in decision making, then our children learn. They read quicker, they have better outcomes. So it's really, really important that you continue this engagement, that you come to PTA meetings, that you come to school board meetings, that you have respectful, thoughtful conversation together. We also have other programs, Take Your Family to School Week, which is really exciting, family walkthroughs. Oh, cute baby, you can always leave a cute baby here. It doesn't bother anybody, we're all family. But so many PTA programs, I could talk forever. Okay, so now is the participatory part of our evening, where we all get to know each other a little bit more and talk about what makes PTA so special. Okay, you ready? I want you to raise your hands if you know a child. I'm going to participate too. Okay, raise your hand if you know a child. Okay. I want you to raise your hands if you know a child that only has one parent in their life for some reason. And look around the room, right? I want you to see how much we have in common with each other. I want you to raise a hand, or if you know a teacher or an educator or a school-related professional. Okay. I want you to raise your hand if you know someone that went into a trade. Right? This gentleman, I don't think he knows anybody. You gotta raise your hand, friends. I want you to raise your hand if you know someone that went to college. I want you to raise your hands if you know someone who has had a financial struggle, or you yourself has ever struggled financially. I want you to raise your hand if you know someone of different ethnicity than you. I want you to raise your hand if you know somebody of color. I want you to raise your hand if you know someone of a different religion. I want you to raise your hand if you know someone that has a mental health disorder. And you should all raise your hand because I have PTSD and anxiety from being a fireman at Ground Zero. So please raise your hand. And we should talk about that. We're going to talk about that. There's no stigma in acknowledging we have mental health disorders. Okay, and I want you to raise your hand if you know someone from the LGBTQ plus community. Okay, what did we just learn? We are all connected, right? We are all connected in one community. We're one Duanesburg. There is no division here. Each and every one of you, well, almost one of you, I'm gonna raise this guy's hand down here. Each and every one of you raised your hand for almost every single question. And that's what PTA does. So we support every child with one voice. We don't have to be worried and scared about supporting diversity, because that is what supporting diversity is. We don't have to be scared about supporting equality, because we just want to support all of our children who have disabilities, like my son, Jackson. We don't want to be scared about supporting our students that are of color, or LGBTQ students and families, or poor families like I was when I grew up. We are one Duanesburg, and we're one PTA. So that's what PTA stands for. There's nothing exciting about DEI. There's nothing under the covers about DEI. There's nothing hidden about diversity, equity, inclusion. It is literally about supporting every child with one voice. And that's PTA mission. Our mission is to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for all children. And in Duanesburg, you are so fortunate. I had a wonderful conversation with your superintendent. I know all the superintendents. I was their attorney for a number of years, about all of the great things that are happening in your school district. You're amazing educators. You're amazing students. And I want to give a shout out. If you are a student, can you stand up, please? Biggest shout out ever. Woo woo! Amazing. Amazing. Okay. And then I always like to know what's happening in all of our units. We have 1,588 PTAs in New York State, outside of New York City. And in New York City, we have a community-based PTA. So we're generally in schools from Montauk to Niagara Falls to North Country, in between. Poor Jen's got the biggest territory of all of our region directors. And I'd love to come meet our members, because this is what I see and this is what I hear. Wonderfully committed and amazing parents, educators, and family who believe in our mission, who believe that we can actually make a difference for our children. And some of the things you do here in Duanesburg PTA, and I asked Deanna, give me a list. And of course she has a list, which is great, because every PTA president should have a list to hand out. And I stalked your Facebook page and I said, what is the PTA doing there? I want to see it. And it's the cemetery work, and it's the work at the school dances, and it's the spring fling and bingo night and light up Duanesburg and movie nights and dodgeball tournaments, which, by the way, might be on the red light list, but we're talking about that later. Open houses and muffins with our munchkins and graduation initiatives, and you just get handed out fantastic scholarships to students and big scholarships to students, which is amazing. And you had a great raffle basket. I really did stalk you on Facebook, that you had to move inside because it rained, right? Quarantine Halloween, I want to learn more about that. But your PTA and your school district does amazing things here for children. We can't lose that momentum. That is why you are here. That is why we are voting tonight. That is why you are going to vote on a fantastic budget. And I hope at your first meeting in September, we have 350 people here. And I hope when your president asks, hey, I need someone to volunteer for this event, I hope you say yes. And I'll tell you why. Each and every one of us has a dream for our children. Each and every one, right? Raise your hands. You have a dream for a child? Each and every one. And not all parents can fulfill those dreams of their own children. See, that's what PTA does. We are the dream makers. We believe in children. We support families who need support. We support educators and all of the great things that they do. And at the end of the day, it is our job to support every child, no matter their zip code, no matter their race, no matter their ethnicity, no matter their income or poverty level, no matter their gender and identity or expression, no matter their sexual orientation, no matter their disability, no matter their ability. We support every child with one voice. And if you are here in this room, and if you are here in this room, I know you do too. So I really appreciate you allowing me to be here with you for a few minutes. I am so proud of the work that this PTA and Duanesburg Community PTA does. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm going to turn things over to our fantastic region director, and I will leave you with one last thought. This work is hard, and this work is challenging, And being a parent and being a family member and being a caregiver is not easy. And when you are asked to help, and when you are asked to come and be a homeroom parent, and when you are asked to staff a table, and when you are asked to volunteer, and when you are asked to come here, when you would rather be at home, I get it, brothers and sisters, I get it. But if it wasn't for the PTA, if it wasn't for us, then who would do it? That is our job, because we believe in children. We are the PTA. We are dream makers. And I will leave you with my favorite quote of all time by Dr. Seuss. Unless someone cares a whole awful lot, it's not going to get better. It's not. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm going to turn things over to Jen. Jen?
After that, there just is really nothing more to say. This woman is amazing. I am privileged to call her my colleague now as a member of the New York State PTA governance team. I'm even more privileged to call her my friend. I have learned so much being a part of this organization. 21 years ago, I came to New York State in a roundabout sort of way. I am originally from the southwest side of Chicago. I was educated. I taught high school. I enjoyed every part of the educational profession. But it wasn't until I came to New York and learned about PTA that I really fell in love with my chosen occupation. And it's not so much an occupation as it is a passion. I'm as passionate about my work with the PTA as I am about being the mother of 3 children who have grown up in the blink of an eye. And they've grown up in the PTA. I was a typical volunteer mom. I'd go into classrooms and I would sit down with my child, whether it be my daughters or my son. And inevitably, the teacher would come up to me and say, could little Billy sit with you today? Or could little Sarah do the activity with you today? Her mom or her dad couldn't make it. Never once did I hesitate, not a second, because all of our children matter. Our children learn from us. And even though it was a little selfish to want to be at yet another meeting or another activity talking about how important this organization is, it's not just a family, or I should say it's not just an organization, it is a family. And it's not just Waynesburg tonight. You are part of New York State PTA. You sit among 200,000 plus members of PTA. And we're all here because we all have that same passion. I want to thank you so much for caring about the children in your community. My name is Jen Colazzo. I am the Northeastern Region Director from the Canadian border all the way down south and a little bit further. I love what I do. And if there's anything that I can help any one of you with, please reach out to me personally. Thank you very much. And good luck to everybody this evening.
Are you ready to vote? All right. So we've actually never had this situation ever before in this PTA where we have multiple, one time I think we've had multiple people running for positions. So I'm probably going to mess it up and we're just going to do the best we can really quickly before we get into the second order of business, which is the actual vote. I just want to explain to you how this is going to actually work. So you have one ballot tonight. We are basing our majority on members present and voting, which means that if you are not kindergarten age or older, you cannot vote tonight, even if you are a member. The majority is a simple majority. If you abstain from a vote, it just counts as one less person per the majority. And each of these items on this ballot is its own motion. So we're going to go through one at a time, and we're going to make it as quick as possible and vote together. We have the League of Women Voters here tonight who have been so generous and supportive of everything that DCPTA does, and they're going to be collecting ballots, counting ballots, and providing us with a teller's report tonight to announce the winners. So the first motion that I'm going to introduce is to vote on the budget, the proposed budget for the 2022-2023 school year. Before we vote, are there any questions from the floor about anything on the budget? Beautiful. All credit to our treasurer, Kim Heimberg, for really banging it out on this highly detailed budget. Very good. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and fill out your ballot for the proposed budget. Please either select yes or no or abstain. All right, so I'm going to hand it over. This is Melissa Peterson behind me. She is our first vice president, and she's actually going to introduce the motion for president.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. So I'm now introducing the motion for the election of president to the 2022-2023 DCPTA Executive Committee. Deanna Fox is the slated candidate for president. Deanna, do you accept that nomination? Thank you. Are there any nominations from the floor? Marlena Securo. Thank you. Marlena, are you here? Marlena, do you accept that nomination? You do. Thank you. So then I can give each candidate, Marlena and Deanna, 2 minutes to speak. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anyone else? Any other nominations from the floor? Thank you. So each of you can have 2 minutes to speak if you'd like. Probably would be best if you came up. Marlena, would that be okay? What's that? Sorry.
Hi, I'm just going to really keep this kind of short and sweet. Many of you don't know me. My name is Marlena Securo. Me and my husband. Many of you don't know me, but me and my husband are only new to this community for about going on 5 years now. I can say COVID had really hit me hard, where it made me actually stop and reflect as a parent about how much I was contributing to my community. And that is a big part of me being up here now, as I realized I was not doing my part. And I needed to step up more for my kids because they are what matters. My kids matter, your kids matter, the next community kids matter. If we all don't start working together and being a team and being harmonious, we won't get there. So that's why I will accept this nomination.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Deanna. Deanna?
Thank you. So I'm Deanna Fox. I'm the current president for Dwaynesburg Community PTA, and I'm running for re-election. So I'd like to use my time to remind everybody here tonight what your obligation as a member of DCPTA is when it comes to electing your officers, and that is to select people who have a proven history within the organization and have experience serving on committees and boards. So I have been a member of DCPTA since 2019. I was our correspondence secretary for 2 years, and I have been president for the past year. And I think a lot of you here know me, and I don't know how much I need to say about all the things that have happened since I took a tenure from Melissa, who took it from Heather, as president. But I think the biggest reflection of my time as president is the growth we had at the beginning of the school year. For how many members we had. We had probably a 50% growth in members right from the start of the school year, which shows how much we were able, me leading this current board, was able to mobilize our community and get them voting and participating in our PTA. So beyond that, I think I've also been a consensus builder, and I've really brought a lot of disparate groups together. I have formed a astounding relationship within our school as somebody who also serves on commissions for the town board. I've also done a lot of work bridging the gap between the school, the community, and our town officials. Beyond that, I think that I've done my due diligence in getting to know our membership, understanding what they need, and grown our fundraising, our programming, and our events. So I hope that my experience in this position has proven me worthy of another year as your president.
Thank you, Marlena and Deanna. So now if you please would move to the president section, and I'm sorry, everything's going off. I'm sorry. Please add Marlena Securo in the write-in next to floor candidate. And then please, doesn't look like there's a little box, so circle the name that you want. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to turn things back over to Deanna, who has a much better handle on this than me. I am the timekeeper, so if we have more folks speaking, you'll see me hold up a 30 seconds left from over here.
Okay. Good job, everybody. We're getting there. All right. First Vice President. So I introduced the motion to vote on the position of First Vice President for the 2022-23 school year. Jay Gignac is the slated candidate. Jay, are you here tonight? Do you accept the nomination? Perfect. Are there any floor nominations for First Vice President? Teresa nominates Megan Kapusta. Megan, are you here? Megan, do you accept? Okay. So if either of you would like to take your 2 minutes to introduce your candidacy, you're more than welcome to come up and do so.
Hello, I'm Jay Janak. Many people might know me from out here. My dad was Gene Janak, a custodian at the school. He volunteered for many projects, including the playground at the elementary school. I kind of would like to follow a bit in his footsteps. I work on the board of trustees for Espanola Methodist Church, also do the food drive with them. I've dealt with other committees. I am now currently a site supervisor for a builder. I'm in charge of building projects of condos and houses from the time the condo starts to the very end. I organize and fire and hire and make sure the project gets to, we don't just build houses, we build homes. So I build communities, and I like to deal with, and I don't like speaking in public, by the way, and I like dealing with people. I deal with people on a regular basis. I have a 13-year-old son that I take his kids in, and I have a 24-year-old daughter who I've taken many of her kids in, helped out along the way. I enjoy working with kids. It's just rewarding, and I want to just contribute more to my community than I have been. Thank you.
I had a feeling this was going to happen. I'm not sure if you guys can see me over there, over this computer screen, but hi, everyone. I am Megan Kapusta, and I would love your vote for first PTA Vice President. Over the past few weeks, I've really been thinking a lot about how I can give back to my school, my community in a bigger way, and I want to do more. I believe serving on the PTA board is a great way to make that happen. I've been a resident with my husband of the Duanesburg community for 17 years, and I've been a parent for almost 14. I have a son in 8th grade and a daughter in 6th grade. Hi, guys. Here in the district. I've been very involved in the school over the last 9 years since my kids have been going here. First as a volunteer in the classrooms, being, the classroom parent, organizing parties and such. I also volunteered for the school banking committee. I also volunteered for things like the book fair, any kind of school-based events. I was here. And since 2017, I am now employed full-time by the school district as a full-time teacher's aide. And I work in 1st grade currently. And I'm also now a certified substitute teacher because we have such a shortage of substitute teachers. So I do that when needed also. I've been active in the community also for many years, volunteering as a team parent or coach for our Little League and AYSO soccer programs. I have been a member of the PTA for a few years now, and I've donated my time volunteering at a number of PTA-sponsored events. I've also donated items, supplies, resources when needed, and I've attended many events with my family. We've enjoyed everything that we've done with the PTA. Working in the school, though, I get a whole new perspective, and I see the wonderful things that our PTA does, not only for the students, but also for the staff and faculty there. Things like funding for activities, planning events, providing supplies, just to name a few. They really do so much in our school district. The first graders that I work with show a lot of joy and excitement for the things that the PTA does. It's infectious, and I want to be a bigger part of that. I have experience serving on a board as a vice president. I did that with my kids' preschool several years ago. We did fundraising efforts there too. So I think my experience there will also help me in this role here. I just want the best for our community, for our kids, and I hope I earned your vote tonight. So thank you.
Beautiful. So at this point, I'll ask you to go ahead and cast a vote for first vice president. You can select Jay Jignack. Got it? Perfect. Janak as the slated candidate, or you can write in Megan Kapusta. I think you might need to do like the ring girl thing and like carry that around so people can see it. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, stand in the light. Stand in the light. Beautiful. All right. I introduce the motion now to, perfect, team effort. Look at that. Go PTA. All right. I introduce the motion now to vote for second vice president for the 2022-2023 school year for DCPTA. We have no slated candidate. So are there any floor candidates for second vice president? Anybody nominating from the floor? That's Michelle De Leon. Michelle, are you here? Yes. Michelle, do you accept? Would you like to take 2 minutes? Oh, actually, are there any other floor nominations? Indeed not. Oh, all right. Would you like to come up and give your 2-minute speech? Thank you.
Hello. So I'm Michelle De Leon. Some of you might know me. Some of you have never met before. I am the special ed teacher over at the elementary school. I've worked here for 5 years now. Just last year, my 2 children have become students of the district. I have my daughter, who you just heard holler out, here at the high school, as well as my son at the elementary school. Now that my children are here, I feel like it's a really great time to become more involved. We're going to be here for the long haul now. We're up to 8 more years. So I just think it's a really nice time that I really want to rejoin the PTA and take a stand and help bring the teachers and the staff together. I was the vice president of the elementary school that they previously attended, so I have experience in the position. And like I said, I would really like to close that gap between the teachers and the parents, and just really kind of make a difference and get together and form some good memories for these kiddos. Just have some fun and just coordinate some things so that we can make it a memorable experience here in Dwaynesburg, because I love teaching here. My kids enjoy going here, and I just want to be a part of making it great for everybody.
Beautiful. All right. So at this point, I'll ask you to vote for second vice president. We have 1 candidate, that is Michelle De Leon, who is the write-in candidate, the floor candidate. If there's an instance, or in any instance where you decide not to vote, you can abstain from voting. All right, so we'll move on to treasurer. I introduce the motion to vote for the treasurer for the 2022-23 school year for DCPTA. The slated candidate is Haley Peterson. Haley, are you here? Do you accept? Perfect. Are there any floor nominations for treasurer? Go ahead. Amy Walsh, are you here? There you are. Amy, do you accept? Great. Haley and Amy, if you would like to use your 2 minutes, you can both come up. Yep, right into the mic.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. My name is Haley Peterson. I'm a mother of 2 children in 6th grade and in 10th grade. I moved here about 6 years ago, so not as long as many of you here. Coming from Guilderland, where I had spent time as a teaching assistant, as well as a PM high school math tutor. And I spent many years also serving as a Girl Scout co-leader for 4 years, as well as a Pop Warner cheerleading coach on my daughter's team. A lot of experience with fundraising, putting in a lot of time and grunt work, and that's what I'm looking to do here for the PTA. Our PTA does a wonderful job. We have some great events, and I just want to be a part of that. I just think working collectively and in unison with everybody as leaders, putting in that time on behalf of our students, our children, is the number one priority here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amy Walsh, and I'm asking for your vote as treasurer of the Dwaynesburg Community PTA. As a bit of background, my family's resided in Dwaynesburg for several generations, my children being the 7th generation to live here in Dwaynesburg and attend the schools. I have 3 young boys at the elementary school. I myself graduated from Dwaynesburg in the late 90s and went on to earn my bachelor's degree from Union College. I have my master's of business administration from Marist College. I worked for 16 years at ACO, which is a Goldman Sachs company. So I'm very familiar with banking, fiduciary responsibilities, fiscal policies, and feel like this is a very good application of my skills to become treasurer of the PTA. Outside of my professional career, I'm a member at Christ Church Dwaynesburg. I do quite a bit of volunteering there with the various church events. I also, you can find me at the Little League field if you haven't found me there already. My husband and I volunteer quite a bit with the Little League. I've been an AYSO soccer coach, and I've helped out the PTA with numerous activities, including, let's see, bingo, Halloween bashes, multiple Halloween bashes, Teacher Appreciation Week most recently, our annual basket raffle, and I've baked dozens and dozens of cookies. Thank you. I just feel my education and financial background give me the skills to become a good treasurer for the PTA, and my volunteer work and familial ties demonstrate my commitment to our community and making sure that we can make sure that the PTA is a great way to bring our community together and for the betterment of our children. Thank you.
So I'll now ask you to cast your ballot for the role of treasurer for the 2022-23 school year for DCPTA. The slated candidate is Haley Peterson. The floor candidate is Amy Walsh. We can hang them down here too. They can go this way if they need to. We got wall space. All right. Wherever there's space. All right. I'll now introduce the motion to vote for correspondence secretary for the 2022-2023 school year for DCPTA. The slated candidate is Marlena Sakuro. Marlena, do you accept the nomination? Yes. Okay. Is there a floor candidate? No. Marlena, do you want to give another speech or should we? You're okay. All right. So Samantha, did you have a floor candidate? Are you nominating yourself for floor? You are. Okay. Samantha Spohr is nominating herself for the correspondence secretary role. Samantha Spohr is the current corresponding secretary. And so if you've ever gotten an email, a member hub, a Facebook post, Samantha's your girl. So do you want 2 minutes? Do you want to speak? Yeah, come on up. Yeah. You good? Okay. Who? Cliff Bradshaw. Who would you like to nominate for correspondence secretary? Isabel, do you accept? All right. Well, you can have your 2 minutes too if you'd like to come up. Samantha, why don't you go first?
Well, I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but things kind of changed. So I don't have anything written down. And I'm scared to death of speaking in front of such a large crowd. But I am hoping that you will consider me as a writing candidate for the correspondence secretary. I have been doing this role for the past year. I did it for 2 years, 2017, 2018. Then I was recording secretary for the Duanesburg PTA as well. I have experience doing the job. I think I've been doing an okay job at it. And I would like to continue if you'll have my nomination. I really love supporting the DCPTA and I love this community and I do as much as I can to support it in as many ways as I can. So if y'all will have me, I would love your nomination. Excuse me, I would love your vote and write in for correspondence secretary. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Isabel Mormando, and I'm happy to accept the nomination for Correspondence Secretary, and I would like your vote. I've been interested in becoming more involved in the DCPTA for years, and now that my kids are older, I have more time, and I'm just eager to be a positive and contributing member of the PTA. So I hope for your vote. Thank you.
So now I'll ask you to cast your vote for the correspondence secretary position for the 2022-23 school year for DCPTA. The slated candidate is Marlena Sakuro. The floor nominations are Samantha Spohr, who is the current corresponding secretary, and Isabel Mormando. Beautiful. Last one, you ready? You tired yet? Here we go. We got this. We got this. All right. I now introduce the motion to vote for the position of recording secretary for the 2022-23 school year for DCPTA. The slated candidate is Cliff Bradshaw. Cliff, are you here? Do you accept the nomination? Are there any floor nominations? Anyone? Melissa. Hank. Carrie Raymond, do you accept? She does. Are there any other floor nominations for the role of recording secretary? Hard to see you. No. So if you'd each like to take your 2 minutes to offer your candidacy, you may come up.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous. I always get a little shaky when I'm talking in public, but this is a great crowd. We did this. Competition is good. This is what we created. So give yourself a round of applause. This is awesome. All right. I got 2 minutes, right? Where's my sign? Okay. Good evening. My name is Cliff Bradshaw. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you my vision for the future of our PTA. I believe a PTA leader should stand for the truth no matter what. A PTA leader should never engage in spreading of lies, fear, or intimidation no matter what. Here are some excellent traits of a strong PTA leader. Good listener, slow to anger, eager to resolve conflict, open-minded, compassionate, able to work well with others, willing to work with others, a good communicator, and a uniter. In my years of leadership experience, I have learned that a strong leader does not try to go it alone, but looks to those around him or her for support and guidance. I believe the more diverse and inclusive that our PTA is, the better off our community will be. I am willing and able to work with anyone who wants to positively transform this organization. Will you work with me to build a better Duanesburg PTA for our children, our teachers, and our community? If elected, I will help to create a strong and unified team that will positively impact our PTA, our schools, and our neighborhood. I will help to bring support to local families in need, and I will help to bring parents and teachers closer together so that our children have the support they need to grow and thrive in our schools and our community. A vote for Marlena, Haley, Isabel, Jay, and me is a vote for our children and for our community. Thank you for your support.
Do I have to stand by the microphone? Nobody can see me. Take it out. That's okay. It's okay. Hi, my name is Carrie Raymond. I'm excited to be up here tonight because I've done a lot of work in the community over the past 16 years. My oldest is 16. He's in school. I have two other kids in the Duanesburg School District. I've served on the Little League board. Coming in, I had mixed emotions. I was like, oh my gosh, where were all you people when we needed help in the concession stand? Where were you? So I'm excited to be up here tonight with a microphone, encouraging the help and support of the community. And it's something that I've done for a very long time. It's a passion of mine. I like making children smile. I have been a huge part of the zombie run, school dances. I'm out there boogieing with the kids. This is why we're here. This is what we're doing. We're here to make children smile, all children. There's a place for all children in this community. And as being a candidate for secretary on the executive board, I feel that I have more voice in that and that I can become more active in our community. Again, making children smile. You know me as Coach Carrie, Coach Raymond. I'm a teacher. I just love kids, and I'm here to help, and I'm here to be active in our community and bringing people together. We have to work together. I have a skill in being able to listen to all sides, bringing all parts in for everyone. Thank you.
I think that Carrie Raymond wins the vote tonight for most impassioned speech. So thank you. So I'll now ask you to cast your ballot, cast your vote for the position of recording secretary for the 2022-23 school year for Duanesburg Community PTA. The slated candidate is Cliff Bradshaw. The floor candidate is Carrie Raymond. Perfect. Thank you. You out? Thank you. Talk tomorrow. All right. So, assuming that you are done with your ballot, this is how you're going to fold it, a business fold in threes, like this. So once you have your ballot folded and ready to hand in, the League of Women Voters will come around and they will take your ballot. They will then proceed into a sequestered room where they will count the ballots and they'll present me with a ballot teller's report. So make sure you find somebody with a white basket. Wait for the white basket. If you're leaving the meeting at this point, please just wait until all the ballots have been collected before you leave. All right, for those of you who are staying for the remainder of the meeting, we'll give everybody a minute. I think we're good. Yeah, I think people are filtering out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and proceed with the meeting. So our first order for officer reports is the recording secretary report. So everybody in your agenda, if you have an agenda, you have the minutes from the last meeting. So are there any objections to the minutes from the last meeting? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes? Melissa Peterson makes a motion. Can I get a second? Kim Heimberg seconds. Are there any abstentions? Are there any no votes? The minutes are accepted. Samantha, do you have a corresponding secretary report you want to give? No. Okay, great. I'll give it. Thank yous have been dispersed as needed. And I will send an email out to the executive board this week asking who we need to send end of year thank yous to. Because my goodness, have we had a lot of support from the school this year. Treasurer's report. Kim Heimberg, you want to come give your report? All right.
Good evening, everybody. So this past month's Treasury action items, let's see it. I'm seeing April. Where is my June 1st one? And I'm not, Addendum B. Oh, there it is. Okay. So as of May 27th, we had $7,349 in our checking account. And we had a lot of money going out this month. As you can see, I'm not going to go through it all. It's all listed there, what we paid, but it is all due to all of the fun things that we have done in the PTA, from the spring fling dances to teacher appreciation to the cleanup. And let's see, we received, so twice a year, we receive checks from Box Tops. So we had received our April disbursements, and that was deposited. We received a $650 holiday match from Stewart's, Go Stewart's. And our biggest fundraiser that we had was the basket raffle at the vote, and that was $1,815. So go basket raffle. All that money gives us a lot of opportunities to do more good things in our district. And let's see. And we did our $1,200 scholarship to a senior graduating student. So any questions? Oh, and thank you to Paula. She is my go-to girl for reconciling my books every month. And we took care of February, March, and April bank statements this past Saturday. Any questions? Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
I think you made it pretty clear. You've been real on top of that. I have to make it really small print every month. A lot of detail. All right, moving on. Melissa, do you have, Vice President, do you have a report? No report. We have no second vice president, so that leaves me with my president's report. So I'm not going to go through everything that we did. This is our annual meeting. Our PTA year restarts July 1st. So when we get to June, we usually do a reconciliation of all the things that we've done this year. And I think that the things that we've done spoke for themselves. I think we really banged it out this year. And there are so many people here who have given so much time and so much effort and have shown up over and over and over again. So a big thank you to those people. With that said, I'd also like to thank our outgoing, presumably our outgoing board, executive board, which would be our executive committee, which would be Margaret Rivenberg, Melissa Peterson, Kim Heimberg, and Samantha Spore, although that one's questionable. We'll see in a bit. But they have endured more and given more than any volunteer ever should. And I've spent many, many nights talking with these women and understanding exactly what they've been put through because of the ways that they give to our community. So a huge thank you to all of you. Thank you. Okay, so enough with the emotional stuff. A survey will be going out to everybody for interest in what committees you'd like to serve on for the next school year or the next PTA year. Our insurance renewed, our AIM insurance that we get through New York State PTA, and actually increased like everything else in the world. So we now pay an additional $35 per building. I will be attending, hopefully, the Northeast Regional Conference and the Summer Leadership Conference, which are both, one is in Schenectady, one is in Albany. And then it's my duty to inform you all of ongoing communication with individuals in our community of their complete displeasure in the way that we've conducted business this year. So noted, and thank you for that correspondence. Committee reports. Heather, I guess we'll do your nominating at last, because that's when you're officially done with your job. So, well, you're up now. Are we do it first? Do it last? Come on up. All right, so we're doing your nominating last. We're going to do your fundraising now. Okay, come on, then do the fundraising. Jeez.
Totally confused.
Actually, you're not even up yet, but go.
Oh, okay. I'm going. So 2 of the fundraising initiatives were the basket raffle, which Kim, announced how well we did on that. 15. So thank you for everyone who came in, bought tickets. Thank you for the businesses who donated, and also private people within the community who donated as well. All thank you letters and donations receipts, I believe, were mailed to them. So that part is done. As far as spring pictures, iSmile came in, photographed children in the elementary school and high school. The elementary school went very well. The high school, they had the option to go or not, so it's not cool, right, in the high school. So I don't know how many kids actually went in the high school. Not as many, obviously, in the elementary school, but it looks like we will have at least $1,000+ coming in from that as well. So thank you to Stephanie Macaulay and iSmile photographers and the district for allowing us to do it. And hopefully you have some beautiful pictures of your children. I think that's it for now.
We're awaiting confirmation from the school for the annual fundraising.
Yes, thank you. You got that.
Yes. All right, back to me. So I was the de facto activities chair. So the fun fact of the way that our unit works is that if there is no committee chair, the president gets to take on that role. So I was also the activities chair this year. So we had all of the, in your minutes, you have our abbreviated reports for every event and fundraiser that we've done since our last meeting in the beginning of May. So you can read that. If you have questions, you can ask me later. Activities. So the Spring Fling Dance Report, we made a profit, which is amazing. Much thanks to Natalie Hyde, who was the chair for that event. She was amazing. What else do we do? We had our community awareness day. So we had members that volunteered at opening day to do tabling, to sign up membership, just to promote the mission of PTA. And then we also did spring cleanup. So thank you, Julie Lynn. Thank you, April Kosher, for coming and helping me clean up that the cemetery on Batter Street and I just replaced my mower blade finally. So I'll bill the PTA the $26 for the mower blade. Meet the Candidates Night was a big success, and much thanks to League of Women Voters who came and helped organize that event. And thank you to the school for all their help in that event. I think it was a success. Dodgeball tournament has been canceled. Dodgeball tournament has been canceled for this Friday because issues related to membership and elections deterred and complaints deterred from our attention needed for that event. So Julie Drexler, are you here? You are. You want to come give sports? Okay. You're the sports chair. Move a little quicker. Come on. Get with it.
I don't run unless zombies are chasing me.
Okay, so we just got done. The sports committee handles the Scholar Athlete Banquet and Homecoming. So we just finished the Scholar Athlete Banquet this week, and we like to spend money out of the PTA. We're not really fundraisers. We do. So my committee likes to spend it. So we had an RSVP head count of 246 scholar athletes. We had 121 actual athletes from both Duanesburg and Bern. So we had a high-end dessert reception. We had nice fancy tables, tablecloths. I think everybody had a good time. There was lots of good food. And then coming up this summer, we will start planning for homecoming. Homecoming usually takes place, I haven't gotten the dates from the school yet, but homecoming usually takes place usually end of September, early October. It requires hundreds and hundreds of hours of planning between all the youth groups, all of the town, the community organizations, the school district, including student council, honor society, the administration. So if anybody would like to help with that, we would love the help. So sign up on the thing, on the survey. We would love to have you. We will start discussions on that coming up probably here at the end of June to get that organized and that ball rolling, because it goes quick. So if you have any even just little talents, you know, you got a trailer and you want to go pick up light towers, let me know. All right, so thank you.
So before we had a PTA, we had a PTSO, which is an independent organization. PTA is obviously, as you heard in Kyle's speech today, part of a national and state organization. And in all of those years, Julie has done 12 years in the role that she's doing now, which is amazing. So Julie, thank you so much for everything that you do. Kathy, do you have a student banking report? Do you want me? No? Well, there's 2 more weeks for student banking, right? Right. And you're going to come with me to the basement to look in that huge box of crap we have for student banking. Right. Perfect. That's the report. And Kathy, I'd like to say, Kathy, totally on a whim, we asked her to participate and she agreed to. And she has done an amazing job building our relationship with First New York Bank and growing the program. So Kathy, you're just the best. Thank you. We had no membership chair this year, so I was also the membership chair. And we do a volunteer spotlight drawing every semester, and it's done completely randomly. And of course, I forgot the gift today, but the person that was selected was Nina Novak. And she left, didn't she? She left. Crap. Yep. Nina has offered to be our activities chair next year, and I'm glad that she left before she heard all of the crap that we do. So good luck, Nina. All right. I'm also the academics chair. So District Appreciation Week, the Addendum G is the report, and much credit to Melissa Peterson and Margaret Rivenberg and Amy Walsh and Shannon Conwall and Jennifer Askew. Who did I miss? Anna Denny. Anna, there you are. for all the work that they did. So Heather Geidel had the amazing idea to change it from Teacher Appreciation Week this week to District Appreciation Week. And the committee took a day each week to honor various people within our school communities. So everything from bus drivers and maintenance crew to teachers, support staff, all the way down to the school resource officer dog. So pretty amazing. Everyone was well thanked, and the feedback that we got from that was incredible. People who are very often overlooked in this community and in this school felt very honored. So good job, ladies. Thank you for everything that you did to make sure those people got their due recognition. Yeah. As mentioned before, the DCPTA award was presented to Maddie Meyer. She did an amazing job writing an essay and really working with us to create a great essay. Kim Heimberg, thank you for your help with her. And it was about how she's been an advocate in her own life. So we were very happy to award her a $1,200 scholarship. So thank you for all that you contribute so that we can give that. We're working on this fun graduation project. If anybody has questions, I can tell you about it offline. With the second graders, they're writing words of advice, sage life advice for graduating seniors. And then we're going to stick a copy of it in their permanent file so that they can read it when they're seniors. So that will be fun. We're working on that now. And then last week, the last thing we did, we sent an ice cream truck to the junior senior high school. And I missed it. I was sad. But there was a end of day fun day at the junior senior high school, and they asked us to, student council asked us to participate in some way. So we sent an ice cream truck, a Mr. Dingling truck, and it was a big hit. So hopefully we can continue to keep that in the budget and keep sending it. Gus has left, so I'll read his bylaws report. Right now, every certain number of years, we have to update our bylaws. We at least have to review them. So Gus, as our bylaws chair, has formed a committee who is discussing that. And later this summer, those amendments will be presented to the executive board. Samantha, you got web analytics? Right. Right. So Samantha Spore is also our webmaster. So she wears a lot of hats. Melissa, did you have anything for district wellness? Certainly. Right. And the note here that I've added is that especially since the school board election, there's been a lot of communication and ideas thrown around about how we can incorporate mental health resources into our school practices. So we will work that into the district committee, wellness committee. So old business really quickly. We worked with Dr. Niedermeyer to establish some protocol and some interest for a continuing education program here at the school, which I think is a great idea. It's an amazing resource. And since we've lost our YMCA, there's very few opportunities for continuing education. So I think probably a lot of you in this room filled that out. I know actually that a lot of you in this room filled that out. And the ideas were fantastic. Really, really fun ideas. So we sent the results of that report to Melanie O'Neill, who's helping with that, and Dr. Niedermeyer. And they're both impressed. We're happy. That was a big community effort. So thank you everybody for that. 2 items. We actually had an addition for new business. The first is the retirement of DCS staff and teachers. So normally we do something. Sometimes it's been a video, sometimes it's been cards just to say thank you. But if anybody has ideas, if you have skills that are useful, that you'd like to do something for retiring teachers and staff, there are 3 this year. Mrs. Cool and Mrs. Neitzel are going to be missed for sure. Mrs. Cool has been so helpful to the PTA so many times over. So you can reach out, president@dcpta.org. Kim Blazak, who is the outreach coordinator for State PTA, is going to come up and she's going to talk to us about a new initiative from State PTA.
Oh my gosh. It's brighter. I'm going to move because I don't do this. It drives me crazy. Hi, I'm Kim Blasiak. I'm the outreach coordinator for New York State PTA. I actually am down Route 20 from Guilderland, so this was a pretty quick drive for me. Kyle had asked me to come here tonight to discuss a new unit that we are doing statewide. So it's going to be chartered on Monday, June 6th. We are chartering the first and only LGBTQ plus statewide PTSA. So it's called New York State Pride. And we have said every child, one voice. And that means every single child. So we have a group that is very excited to come on board and start working for our students, for our families. They have been working diligently in the background. I can say this has personally been a labor of love when it was first brought up at the state level. I have 4 children, my oldest son being a transgender boy. So I was lucky enough, to be honest, when my son came forward and came out to us, to have contacts that I had met through New York State PTA as a parent to reach out, because you're never prepared for you're just, I mean, no, just not prepared, because but that your kids throw 50 million things at you. So we want to give other people that cushion and that soft space to land and be support for our students and our families. And the exciting part about this unit actually is it has so much potential because it's brand new. So we have students already that want to work and speak to other students going through the same experiences. We have families already that want to have online Zoom calls across the state so families can actually speak to one another and share their experiences. We want to be able to work with a lot of partners across New York State, with a lot of LGBTQ plus organizations. So it's exciting. I get very excited. But if you would like to become a member, you just go to our website, newyorkstatepta.org, and they will have a link. If not, if you follow us on Facebook, then I know that they've been putting it out like crazy. The charter is going to be again Monday, June 6th at 6:30. Only members will get a link to the Zoom link, and they will be allowed in. I will say ahead of time, probably because it's going to be so big, everyone will be muted at first. We have kind of a protocol where we follow the minutes and the notes and everything. But yep, Kyle asked me to come and just let you all know about it. Does anyone have any questions on it or comments or? Yes. Oh, no problem. So, thank you. So I'll pass this over now.
I think DCPTA will be very, very happy to support you, Kim. Let us know what we can do to help. Okay, so time for floor comment. Here's your chance. You get 2 minutes. If anybody would like to come up and speak, anybody, raise your hand. I'll call you up. Amazing. No one. Kim. Hey, Kim, come back up. Short trip. Come on up.
Okay, now I'm just speaking as a member because I joined like 3 days ago. So I just want to say when I first started to, because I've heard about Dwaynesburg PTA, you're right down the road from us. So, but when I joined and then I started to watch like the online meetings and read all the minutes, because if I'm a member, I'm all in. So I paid attention and did everything. I just want to say I'm amazed at how much you guys do. Like just even your minutes, I'm taking them back to my elementary school unit. And if my treasurer notes look kind of the same, I'm going to lie and say that I didn't steal them from you. But you guys do a lot of amazing work and it's pretty impressive. I just wanted to say that, like, as someone new coming in and seeing just the full list of what you guys do, especially coming off of COVID, it's been so difficult. And just to see that you guys are providing your kids with that little bit extra, they're going to remember that forever. They're going to remember coming off of those 2 years, and they're going to remember your faces and the fact that you guys actually came forward and made sure that they had events again so they could feel somewhat normal again. So I just wanted to applaud that, because it's just, I was very amazed and impressed, like, as I read through everything and watched your minutes, you guys, or watched your meetings, you guys really, you have the heart of your community. So I applaud it. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Kim. We really appreciate that. Anyone else have a floor comment? Airing of grievances, words of support, feats of strength? No. Okay, perfect. So really quickly, the meeting reminder, we are not stopping over the summer. We never do. Even though we're not in the school, we are always busy, as Julie said. Homecoming this year will hopefully be back to normal, which means it's a week-long thing. We get those big light towers. We do concessions. We do zombie run. We do a dance. We do a football game. We're working soccer. Yes, we're hoping. I am diligently working with the town of Dwaynesburg to figure out a way that we can do a big community bonfire, food truck, band celebration for everybody in this town, because we all deserve to have a homecoming. That will be happening over the summer if anybody's interested in joining that committee. And then just looking forward to the next school year and getting ready to hit the ground running. We start planning our December fundraisers in July, August. We will keep you in the loop. There will be a general membership meeting. As always, we meet the first Wednesday of every month, alternating between executive board meetings and general membership meetings. So until we have a ballot tellers report, Heather, do you know what the progress is? All right. You can mingle, talk amongst yourselves, get some water. You can leave if you'd like. We will post the results immediately, both on Facebook, Parent Square, and Member Hub. Until then, until we have that ballot tellers report in hand, we do not know. So, a bit longer. Bit meaning. Okay. All right. Did you have a comment, sir? Yes. Yes. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Yeah. So now that you're a member, you are part of Member Hub, which is the state-provided online database that we use to contact all of our members. And there will be an email sent tonight, so you'll get it in your email. Yes. But if you can actually too, this is good knowledge for anybody that's here tonight. If you are not currently part of Parent Square, which is the platform that the school uses to contact everybody, there is actually a community function. If you don't have a child in the school, or you're not a staff member, you can still get those notices. So you just email Melanie O'Neill at the school and ask her to add your email address, and she will add you, so you can get all of that information. If anybody has anything else they want to share, yeah, go ahead. Yes, we'll announce it here. Yeah, and then it'll live in perpetuity. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone got any ideas they want to kick around for next year? Initiatives, programs, things that work, things that didn't work. Did they? Yeah, I'm really bummed I missed it. I made sure they put fudge bombs on there just for me, and I missed it. Hey, Diane, what's up? Yeah. Hey. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out when we could do that. There's so many different events happening at the elementary school. There's like a universal pre-K carnival day. There's various field days. So we're trying to figure out something where we can get it to all kids, as many kids as possible. So the real bummer of the ice cream truck was that there was a band field trip, which is good for the band. Did you have fun? So much fun. Perfect. But we missed all those band kids. So, right. And there's a bunch of kids that stayed home after sectionals and such. So, It was it cost us I think it was $468 to do ice cream for about 350 people. So not bad, not bad. Yeah, and way better than scooping out ice cream ourselves. Yeah, is Trisha Moses here? Trisha left. If you ever need somebody to scoop ice cream for you, Trisha Moses is it. We did a ice cream party for all of the student athletes that volunteered for Zombie Run, and that ice cream was rock hard. Oh, Sarah Norman, you're here too. You're a good ice cream scooper. But Trisha Moses has 4 arms of steel, I think. So. But then you have to wait. Do you buy the ice cream sandwiches? You're not making ice cream sandwiches. You know how we roll in PTA? We do everything from scratch. Yeah. We'll buy them. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess we'll wait. Obviously, you do not have to sell. Julie Drexel, what you got? Huh? Yeah, we took it down. So actually, Serena Killenberger, much thanks to Serena, came in and took our balloon arch down today because was not needed for the band concert tomorrow night. So, and then Nathan Geidel, I think he went home. He actually just took the actual metal part apart. So, all done. We're gonna wait. We're just shooting the breeze. You know, summer plans. Yeah. PTA. That's what it is. Yeah. But perfect. Okay, the meeting is still open, so that's good. And before I read the results, I have a pin with the Loch Ness Monster on it that says, "The important thing is I believe in myself." So I think that that's good, a good takeaway for today. Okay, so on the matter of the budget passes 212 to 15. Good job, budget. You really pulled it out. Good job. On the matter of president, Deanna Fox wins 169 to 62. On the matter of first vice president, Megan Kapusta wins 170 to 60. $170 to 60. And we'll make these public too. We'll have them public record. On the matter of second vice president, Ms. De Leon, 193 votes. On the matter of treasurer, Amy Walsh wins 172 to 58. On the matter of correspondence secretary, Samantha Spore wins 172, Isabel Mormando 44, Marlena 14. And on the matter of recording secretary, Carrie Raymond wins 168 to 60. So our next order of business is for our executive committee, which is the officers currently standing, to make a motion. I need a motion from one of you to accept the results of the ballot. Margaret makes the motion. Kim, do you second? Okay. Any abstentions from the committee? Any noes? It approves. It passes. The executive committee needs to make a motion to destroy the ballots. Is there a motion? Melissa motions. Is there a second? Kim seconds. Any abstentions? Any noes? The motion passes. All right. So with that said, if you won a position tonight, I'd ask you to come up to the stage. You're going to take your oath. This will serve as our official induction of our officers, keeping in mind that your position doesn't actually start until July 1st. So if you're here and you won, come on up. And while you're doing that, I want to thank every single person who showed up tonight and everybody who put their name in to run for a position. It is an extremely hard thing to put yourself out there for the public to essentially judge you and your worthiness for the role. So if you didn't win tonight, I really do hope that you will continue to uphold the mission of the PTA and you will continue to volunteer your time and be an essential part of this community. So, quick oath presented by Jen. Jen, do you want to talk into the mic? Come over this way.
Yes, you have to. Okay, do we have everybody up there? Okay, we're doing the short version. To each of you, as you take your place in the leadership of this administrative arm of the New York State PTA, your commitment to our vision, mission, and beliefs will ensure that the power of the PTA is sustained. The vision, mission, and beliefs will also help guide you as you shine a light on every child with one voice. Tonight's a night of new beginnings, and the installation of officers in the PTA is always deeply significant. In grateful recognition of their willingness to serve, we greet the newly elected officers. Will you please raise your hands? As officers of the PTA here in Duanesburg, you hold responsible positions. The duties and opportunities for service that await you will challenge your devoted effort. Do you acknowledge your intention to serve faithfully and to the best of your ability? Please respond with an I do. With sincere pleasure, I now declare you duly installed officers of the Duanesburg PTA.
With that said, we adjourn the annual meeting for DCPTA at 9:09 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, PTA president.
Thank you. I never got one of these.
Well, you have one now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate everything.
Thank you.
You know where to find us, my friends.
Yeah,
Now
unfortunately,
relax
we do.
and do good things.
Let me